my friends say, girl, you better take care, 'cause that man is trouble, you best beware. And though deep down I know I might be headed for teardrops, now that you got me started, I just can't stop. No, no. 'Cause I love you, baby. I can't let you go, baby. I gotta tell you that I won't. I've been looking for love so true. When I was down and out, along came you. Though you might be a liar and a cheat too, I just can't quit you now 'cause I love you. Yes, I do. I can't let you go, baby. I can't let you go, baby. 'Cause I love you, I love you, I love you. No, 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 no. trouble, you best beware. And though deep down I know I might be headed for teardrops, now that you got me started, I just can't stop. No, no. 'Cause I love you, baby. I can't let you go, baby. I gotta tell you that I won't. I've been looking for love so true. When I was down and out, along came you. Though you might be a liar and a cheat too, I just can't quit you now 'cause I love you. Yes, I do. I
Thanks for letting me know, guys. Thanks. I was just saying hello to all of you guys, so that's good. Okay. Well, hello, everybody. Appreciate it. Sorry, guys. I'm getting used to this new setup. A couple of friends on Discord helped me move my camera up a little bit more, so now everything's more magnified. I personally did all the, this little stuff right here as far as focusing my face and all that stuff. So there's going to be a little bit more of a zoomed in feeling, I guess you would say, during part of these streams. My basic thing was here, before we get started, there's a lot to talk about today. But, sorry about the mic, guys. But what do you call it? This is going to be another important day. I'm surprised we didn't actually make a big decision today, even though you could say it was a little bit of a decision. But we'll talk about everything, and, let's get after it, guys. Thanks for letting me know about the mic. Gosh, whenever I reset everything on my stream, I always forget one thing, and it's usually this, because I don't want you guys to hear me slurping water while I'm waiting for the 5-minute countdown timer to go into effect. Okay, here we go, guys. Now, I'm about to turn off this Fibonacci extension level right here because I don't want to have all these lines on the screen for the next few minutes. But you guys can see that, we've been ordering this pretty well so far. We've managed to break above the 50, and right now that level of resistance that I think you guys need to be worried about is that 23,816 level. That is still the level we want to break out above, but not just break out, but in fact we want to close above that level, okay? Now I'm just going to get rid of these lines for a few minutes. You can see so far, it looks like we're trying to do a little bit of a dip and rip here. And by that, I mean we just, up, dip, and rip, and see if we can make another big rally here. This is mostly because of the NASDAQ, I believe, as I've been telling you guys about the last few days. If I go over here to the 4-hour chart, what am I doing? There we go. This will look a little bit better. I tried to figure out why this wasn't working, but if you guys look at this chart here, you would think that we didn't actually come into contact with the trend line here, but in fact we did. You just have to go over to the 4-hour chart for some reason. But you guys can see after we got rejected from that Fibonacci extension level that was up here, we ended up coming all the way back down here, and this is why I gave you guys that caveat last night at midnight and the caveat during the 6 o'clock stream, this stream here yesterday, is because the last few times we've actually came back down below the 20 moving average on the 4-hour chart, it really didn't signify a big drop down like it normally does. We had a couple fake outs here, and if you look at it like that, look at it this time, we also had a fake out where we came down. It was an actual breakdown, I guess. But what happened? We came up real fast, and if you weren't quick on the draw, so to speak, you might have gotten burnt out or squeezed out if you guys were short. Okay. Now, what I'm hoping for here, if you guys watched my video earlier this afternoon, I'm kind of hoping for something to the effect of a cup and handle if it's possible. It doesn't have to happen for us to actually break out above and start moving up towards $25,000. That's still a possibility here. But I would like to see some type of cup, a handle coming back down, and then it kind of rips off. I think it'd be nice to have some type of pattern, and that would give you guys an opportunity to buy a dip with a little bit more confidence. If you guys wanted to buy today, the best opportunity, of course, would have been down here at support, having a 2 to 3% stop loss. You guys can still buy, I guess, right now, but that stop loss is just going to be a little bit more extreme, so just be careful with it, okay? Couple other things here I think you guys do need to pay attention to. Excuse me. Even though I'm hoping for a cup and handle where we might be going back up and having a little bit of a dip and rip, there still is the possibility that Bitcoin comes up here, we have a lower high, and then we start to break down here, and then maybe we have to worry about some secondary pattern that, maybe coming out in the future, like some type of flag or something like that. That's always a possibility. While this would signify an awesome time to short, don't think that this, just because we short right here, means we're automatically tanking, okay? And that's just because we're getting closer to the weekend, guys, and I want you guys to be prepared in case I'm not, streaming live and all that good stuff, okay? All right. A couple other things here. Let's talk about the NASDAQ. Then we're going to get into some of these other coins here. Just let me take a sip of water. I've been chugging water all day. I've been feeling so dehydrated. Water is good. Okay. Take a look at this, guys. So ever since the NASDAQ broke out, we've been talking about it, but it continues to grind up on the 4-hour chart time after time after time. Up, 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 up. Now, over the next 2 days, maybe Friday, maybe Monday, for the stock market, we have the opportunity to get up to this level of resistance here as far as the NASDAQ is concerned. That's at $12,908.95. Okay. if we come into contact with that, especially on the NASDAQ, you'll see that the 200 on the 4-hour chart is up here as well. I think that's where we might start seeing a little bit more of a reversal, and that's where you might start seeing Bitcoin come back down. The interesting thing here is if it actually happens tomorrow, then I'm not entirely sure how that's going to affect Bitcoin. We're going to have to look at Bitcoin's technicals right around 1 o'clock, a market close tomorrow, I guess you would say. Because I am getting concerned that if we do come into contact with the 200, we're not going to be able to break above it. I think we're still too far. And if you look at the daily chart over here as well, we're still pretty far from the 200 daily moving averages here, even though we're about to have a golden cross. I would expect maybe if earnings next week are good, we could have a continual pump. But I do think we're going to, excuse me guys, too much water. I do think eventually the stock market is going to be taking a dip, whether that dip leads into another bearish cycle where we keep on going down, or if that leads to a dip before a rip like we're hoping for Bitcoin here over the next few hours. That remains to be seen. I think what's going to contribute to that the most is for you guys and me to pay attention to what earnings are coming out. So we've had a lot of earnings this week. Right? I think we're like over 50% done with earnings. The important thing for you guys to understand, and I think one of the guys on CNBC said this very well, is forget his name. We're almost done, we're over halfway done with earnings right now, but not by market cap. All the big heavy hitters that have their earnings coming out, most of them are coming out next week, okay? So that's when, if there's anything really bad that comes out or anything that really good that comes out, that's going to be a big move for you guys to keep an eye on, okay? And then one last thing here, as far as the markets are concerned, you can see the level of resistance up here on the 4-hour chart for the NASDAQ, right up here, just a few percent beyond where we are. 4-hour chart for the SPY, still up here as well. We're getting closer and closer. And on the Dow Jones 4-hour chart, we're getting closer and closer and closer. So you do see that level of resistance coming. I don't think we're going to be able to grind up for like 3 more days in a row, maybe 2, maybe 1 more days. And then we are going to have to deal with some resistance, and that's going to be a problem. Not a big one, I would hope. If earnings are good, we can blast through it after maybe 1 or 2 days of rest. If earnings are not good, it will be a hard rejection, and we'll start coming, tumbling back down, frankly. Okay. Before we get into other coins here very fast, guys, just one more thing. Whale number 3 is back to being whale number 3. They literally moved everything from all over the place, like to wallet, to exchanges, to other wallets, to other exchanges, all the way back to another wallet. So now we have a new whale number 3. It is the same as the old whale number 3. But, most of you guys, it's just going to be the same thing. So now if you guys want whale number 3, you just go here. It's just going to look a little bit different from now on. So, you don't have as much data. Whereas the other whale number 3, the other wallet, it's now lost forever on this page because, usually if you go here to the Bitcoin rich list, it only has like the top 100, maybe the top, 400, 500. There's like no Bitcoin. It's like completely empty right now. So I don't know where that wallet is anymore. So just so you guys know, whale number 3 is now whale number 3. Okay, guys, here's the hope. Just like last time after we broke out above the 20 moving averages, I think we still want to see that pump, the cycle, and I'm waiting for a pattern breakout before I buy. That's with Bitcoin. If you guys are trading any altcoins, I think at this point in time, you could trade them independent of what Bitcoin's doing, just having the Bitcoin chart nearby, though, to keep an eye on what's going on here. There's been some really good plays out there. We'll kind of go through the list, and we'll talk about some of the normal ones and some of the bigger ones here, like the Maddox and the Ethereum Classics. So far, guys, Dogecoin on the 4-hour, you had your dipping opportunity. It actually worked out fairly well. Dogecoin's about to have a golden cross here for the first time since over here. Last golden cross, we had a little bit of a spike here. Maybe we can have something good happen over there as well. We do have some resistance coming up, but you do see Dogecoin as giving you guys an opportunity, at least if you bought down here at the dip where it looked like we might break down with your typical 2 to 3% stop loss at your major support level. Not much to be said about Dogecoin. It looks like it's setting up for something good here. Waiting for tomorrow to kind of open up, and hopefully the market can stay green. As far as Ethereum, we're kind of having the issue here as we're testing out this old trend line, but you guys can see, just like everything else, we are getting back above that 20 moving average in the 4-hour chart. And boy, oh boy, over this 4 hours here, we popped up like 4.5%. Over 8 hours, we popped up 6%. That's a really nice play over here as far as Ethereum is concerned. On the daily chart, it looks a little bit more janky, I guess you would say, right? But we still have a set of higher lows here. I would lower highs. I would kind of expect us pretty soon to retest the highs from yesterday, which would be around 1,605.98. If we can break above that, I actually think we might have an opportunity to have maybe not the prettiest chart here, but a strong move that breaks us above the resistance level of $1,636. Just in case you guys are wondering about that. On the 4-hour chart, though, we may have to cool off a little bit, or otherwise we just have to wait for Bitcoin to make a move. This has been a pretty janky one because it was a beautiful short. If you guys took the short, you guys made some good money. But man, you know, you guys better be watching your positions at this moment in time, just because it seems like there's so much volatility in the market, which can kind of shake you out if you guys aren't paying attention to anything, right? Aren't paying attention as much. Sorry about that. Now, as far as ADA is concerned, we don't have to really talk about it too much here. I've been watching over the last few days. You guys know I sold my ADA at 50 cents. It went up all the way to 55 cents. I was jealous of that. However, it may have another move up here pretty soon, so maybe I'll buy some more. I think what I'm doing is probably just going to hop on board some of the Metaverse coins. I think those will be a little bit better for me. But here, guys, here's where the big boys come into play. Let's talk to them about like that. Say it like that. We just had a death cross yesterday, a golden cross yesterday with Ethereum Classic. And what do you know? Ethereum Classic has managed to bounce off of the support level we talked about before. And now we're heading for the 200 daily moving average. The last time Ethereum Classic has been above this was all the way over here, April 10th, April 11th. It's been a minute, guys. So maybe we have an opportunity here. I will remind you guys that we do have the Fibonacci extension level right here, and maybe just like this, we can blast through it, but usually we do have to test it for 1 or 2 days. Maybe on the 4-hour chart, it may look, 4-hour, we can see clear resistance before we broke out. We might have that same thing here before we break out. But besides that, Ethereum Classic looks like a good play. It was a good short if you played the breakdown, but this is a little bit more risky here, so just be careful. While Bitcoin was still going down negative today, this thing managed to start popping off a little bit early. Other things here, guys. What else do I want to talk about here? We can talk briefly about the dollar index. Dollar index is continuing to consolidate. It's trying to break down below the 20-day moving average here. If it can break down and close down below that, you may actually see a pretty nice rally from Bitcoin, or the justification for a rally maybe going into next week. Then next week, I assume it will rise up as we have either a 75-point basis rate hike or a 100-point rate hike. That will probably get this thing chugging back up again. But so far, we are trying desperately to hold the support level here. And if you guys want to be more bullish on Bitcoin, you guys want this to be going down. If you guys want to short, or maybe you guys want to have better buying opportunities for crypto for the down the road, you guys want this thing to continue going up. All right. Now, anything else here? Shiba's doing okay. We talked about this a few days ago, or over the past few days. Just dealing with those resistances. If Bitcoin's able to pop, I do think Shiba will be one of those coins that actually does have a beautiful pop where you guys can make some good money. Traditionally, I don't like to trade this just because it has so many freaking zeros. That's literally the only reason. But I do think this is primed to go up here if Bitcoin can just make that next leg up and break above that one level and close above it, okay? As far as some of these other volatile coins that we saw over the past few days, I can probably get rid of some of these trend lines here. We don't need all of them. We saw the breakdown here. I can adjust this trend line here for now, actually. There we go. That breakdown didn't work. Oh, what do we actually have here? That's what happened. There we go. So far, this kind of reminds me of Ethereum here, guys. Right? Ready to kind of bounce up a little bit more. I'm optimistic that Phantom can have another jump up just because on the last breakout, guys, about to have a golden cross on the daily chart probably tomorrow. But you guys can see so far for the breakout, it did pop up 31%. I do think right now you could make this move up a little bit higher. Matic, guys, this one is a little bit more complicated, as you guys know. I actually did some trading on this last night after, yeah, if I can show you guys. I know all these random lines are kind of weird. There you go. So I shorted this down here last night. I was expecting a little bit more, but it didn't really give it to me. So basically, I walked away with your normal 10x leverage, right? I sold at 3% profit because I was hoping it would keep on going down after it went to 4, but it came back up and it hit my updated stop loss, if you will. So I walked over 30% profit for just, an hour or something of holding. It was nice. But you can see as soon as Bitcoin started to stabilize earlier in the morning, I guess, this thing just started to rip here ahead of everything else. And this kind of gave me some worries about any of the rest of my shorts in the market too. But you did see that breakout here. Once you get rid of this one, you guys can see what I'm talking about. Breakout, started to move up a little bit more, and it was nice to see. But as far as Matic is concerned, guys, This is another play just like Ethereum Classic, where if you're hoping for a big move, I think the opportunity is there. Honestly, I think if Bitcoin makes another leg up, since Matic has moved up so much already, it is not inconceivable that you guys wouldn't be able to see buy Matic at 92 cents and see it get all the way back up above $1 to like maybe $1.19 or something. I know that seems kind of far-fetched, but that's just because Ethereum Classic can really move fast in a heartbeat. In this period of time over here, it went up 37%. If we bought it now, a couple days later, 32% is like within that striking distance. Ethereum Matic can be another big mover here. It's probably on my number. It's like my number one thing to trade right now. Waiting just for a small breakout here. Hopefully on the 4-hour chart. Maybe we have a little bit more consolidation. Then we take a big rip. I'm going to be looking to buy that big rip. Okay. Let me see if there's anything else here that I might want to talk with you guys about. Oh yeah. So Mana and Sand, they're both pretty good plays right now. They're both moving up a little bit more than a lot of other coins, whereas EOS is up 0%, Engine is only up 1%. You do see Mana and Sand up like 2-3% respectively. It's not too bad, right? I'm hoping that they can have a stronger move. Just waiting to see if I can actually do a breakout though, because right now it's just looking like it's consolidating. I don't want to enter the trade until I start seeing some of that volume come in, okay? And then Mana over here, a little bit more janky like in Ethereum. Let me get rid of the Fibonacci retracement levels here. That's what we managed to hold barely right there, guys. Let me zoom in for you guys right there. Barely managed to hold it. Like, it's rare that you get that close. And we just bounced off of the 50 and the 20. Another golden cross opportunity here for the first time since Mana's last golden cross. Right here, April 6th, although that golden cross really didn't lead to anything. Nothing at all. I think right now, though, you are seeing signs of a short-term reversal in the market, everybody. And that's what I think is everybody's kind of anticipating some type of larger move. Maybe over the next few days, if we do have a larger move, I will sell some of my longer-term positions just to be able to buy them back later on once the market kind of crashes back down. That is a risk that I am taking, though. The market may never come back down here. Now, I think it is, but you just never know, right? So just be aware of that as well, okay? All right. Back over here to Bitcoin. Overall, guys, Bitcoin's still safe. We're having some trouble right now over that old flag trend line. I'll probably end up deleting this right now because we don't need it too much here. And then I think we're going to be fine for now. I think we're going to be fine. Let me just adjust this a little bit for you guys. There we go. And let's go over here to the 1 second on the left-hand side, just in case we have any volatility. But okay, everybody. Hope you guys have all had a good day. Overall, so okay. Not too bad. Let's see. What's right here? Do you think we hit rock bottom for the bear market? Personally, no, I don't think we've hit rock bottom. Just in case we have, though, I don't think we have. I think the economy still has to get worse. I still think the recession is on the horizon. Maybe once we're in the middle of the recession, I think we're going to be hit that rock bottom, but I don't think we've hit it just yet. It does look more and more likely that we want to do a short-term reversal here, and that's just because of those major indexes actually having their own breakouts over the past few days, leading us to have some nice moves. So here's the SPY breakout looking okay. Similar over here for the Dow Jones Industrial. They've all had the little bit of breakouts. They've all been doing okay. Dow Jones has been a little bit more volatile than everything else, but you can see that the NASDAQ, I believe, with tech is actually just leading the way of this rally, and everything else is just along for the ride here, as well as we've had okay earnings. As I said earlier in today, the earnings reports have been okay, guys. They haven't been good. They're just better than expected, which means while we thought like the floor might have been falling out from underneath some of these companies, the floor is still there, but it's still not a good situation. Let's see. And hey, Ghost, you like Matic? I think Matic is going to be a great play going forward, guys. I really do. I'm keeping a close eye on it. I just want to make sure I can get a good buying opportunity. I was outside most of the day working and setting up the cameras and stuff like this and dealing with Loki. So I didn't get a chance to do much day trading today. Plus, I also woke up late because I streamed for midnight for the European crowd. If you guys were there, I appreciate you. Let's see. Red Dot teamed up with Final Fantasy. That's a pretty interesting one right there. That could be some good marketing for them down the road, especially as Bitcoin may be looking for a pump here. I've been waiting for this this last week to buy, and in case I was expecting a dip, you think Polygon is back to $1.19? Oh yeah, maybe you didn't hear me. Yeah, what do you call it? Yes, I do think there's an opportunity there. I don't think we're probably going to get past that. The only reason is that 200 moving average on as far as Matic is concerned. I think that's going to be a huge roadblock for us. A huge roadblock. We haven't. Let me see over here very fast. If we go back up here, Matic wouldn't have been up that high since late April. It will have been a minute, and this is some of the lows that we experienced, in 2021 when things were kind of getting crazy. Do you mean? And that means, if we do make our way back up there, I know this can be a little bit blurred out for you guys or just looking a little bit small. But since our lows, if we find a way to get back up to that 200 moving average on the daily chart, I mean, that'll be about a 287% increase, right? And that's why I'm telling you guys, hey, I've been buying up a lot down here, a lot down here. I bought a lot over here, every single day. And now my positions that are kind of over here, I kind of bought more on the dip, of course. But let's say my average for Matic right now is just around 48 cents. Not at the 31 cents it was, at the bottom. But, just average right now is around 46 cents. Well, so far that 46 cents is up like 100%. That's pretty nice. And if it goes up here, it's going to be up like 164%. That kind of means that, hey, maybe I'll sell some of my Matic off for my long-term holds. Not all of it, just maybe 10 to 25%. And then whenever Matic ends up coming back down here, I'll be able to afford more Matic. So it's not so much about me making a profit. It's the fact that, let's say I can, if I sell like 25% of my Matic up here and I walk away with like 100 and something percent profit off of that little bit. Let's say I sell 10,000 coins, something like that. Well, that means if it dips a little bit more, now at the end of the day, I could actually use the money I made from selling those 10,000 coins. Now I can afford 15,000 Matic coins, and I can be happy with that as I go into the long term. While I wait for Matic over the next few years, to try to hit $5-6, and that way when my average is back to being around like let's just say 45 cents. Let's just keep it the same. And we hit like $6, that's like a 1,400% increase, and I'd be very happy with that because Matic has been doing a very, very good job over the last few years and practically months too. Okay, but yes, I think Matic can get up that high. It's going to be hard here, guys. By no stretch am I saying it's definite that we're going to pop. We still need the NASDAQ and everything else to keep on grinding. The good thing about that, though, as we just talked about, we still have some room on the upside here, and that room looks like about 2.2% as far as the NASDAQ is concerned, so maybe another 288 points. We could do that in 2 to 3 days. That means we might have a couple more days of rally. The caveat being, of course, the market closes after tomorrow, so Saturday, Sunday, it's really going to be up to the whales to decide if we really do have a true pump, like that kind of extends what we've seen from Bitcoin already, or if the shorts re-enter the market and scare off all the bulls, and then we do start to break down below this trend line here, leading to a little bit more chaos in the markets and saying, uh-oh, now we should get out of it before we get hurt too much, right? Because usually when we have these nice rallies, let me see if I can show you guys this from a different perspective. Daily chart should work fine, actually. I want to make this as big as possible for you guys. There we go. All right. So if I squeeze this down just a little bit, the current rally we experienced over the last few days, this rally was 28%. All right. This rally over here was 21%. That 21% came down 16% in just 5 days. It does come down really fast once we've kind of peaked, and that's the worry here for you guys and for me, right? If we have any longs, we want to be very careful that we're not getting too greedy here. Over here, you guys will remember we kind of had some very volatile times, but we rallied up here 15% in 5 days, followed by coming down about, we can just do this 2 days. Within 2 days, we came down about 10%. That's where you guys have to understand that there can be some volatile movements, but once we've kind of reached the peak in this current environment, we tend to go down really fast. So just be prepared for that. Going back over here to the quarter one, we saw that Bitcoin rallied up about 38% in 17 days, followed by a drop of 25% in 2 weeks. That was probably and again, you got to think about it this way too. Bitcoin falling 25%. Can you imagine what the altcoins were doing in that time? They were definitely falling more than 25%. So that's why I'm telling you guys, hey, just be careful. Up here, we went up 33%, and then within 5 days we were down 20, or excuse me, 18.5%. You know, there are times where you got to be very careful, and this is one of those times because we're clearly not at the bottom of these moves. We're clearly closer to the top of the moves, or if you want to have more hope than that, you can say we're closer to the middle of this move, and we're just hoping for something like this, where we still have a lot more upside, on our side. But just in case, I'm playing this very safe. I've been scaling out some of my swing trades and stuff like that. Most of my trades have been day trades and not swing trades here. And that's mostly because, when I go to sleep, I want to make sure that I'm not going to wake up to some ambush where I'm like down a whole bunch of money and I'm now a bag holder in some crazy event. All right, let me go back over here. Let me actually squeeze this down here a little bit more. There you go. All right. But yes, overall, to get over with the rent, I still do like Matic quite a bit right now. Let's see. Hey, Kilo. Oh, happy to see you back, Kilo. Deshai was asking about Uniswap. I'm also interested. Thanks. Oh, thanks for reminding me. I know he asked me before I do my daily spiel. Uniswap. Oh, I got treats over here for Loki. Uniswap. So this one's still having some issues. Let me go to the 4-hour chart for you. This one's still having some issues actually closing above the 1 level here on the Fibonacci extension level. You guys can see it was some trouble for us originally. We managed to break back up, but when it came time to the market closing, it just wasn't in the cards for us. So if we go back over here to the daily chart, you can see we've had some struggles with it so far. I still think this has an opportunity to break out. I guess you might have wanted to buy on the dip a few days ago, but so far I think you're fine. We had the golden cross a while ago, and you can see how that clearly has been moving up here. I would say the upside for this, Kilo, and let me make sure I say your name right, Dechal. Correct me if I'm messing it up, because I know I am. You might have an upside of another 15 to 17% here as we approach the 200 daily moving average. I don't think we're going to break out above that, guys. If we do, that's going to be, as we kind of go back over here, that's kind of what we were talking about. If we do something really crazy where we start breaking above the 200, or excuse me, the 20 weekly moving averages, that's where you could see Bitcoin and some of these coins really having some of those parabolic short-term moves. It would be if the NASDAQ can finally break out above the 20-week moving average here. Now, if that doesn't happen, I still do think you have that 17% upside, closer to maybe $8.40, $8.45 maybe. However, the minute we start breaking down below this trend line, that's when you got to be more worried about a potential short, because we'll be breaking down below the 20-day moving average, which is not going to be fun in the first place, right? We honor this one pretty well. See, held up here. And then we might actually take a tumble all the way back down to either the 50-day moving average, which is around let's say at that time maybe around $6 or so, which would probably be a big, if we just go to $6, yeah, that's like a 17% drop. Or we're going to just use a Fibonacci retracement level here, Kilo, and depending on where we get that high, yeah, maybe find support somewhere around $6.35 or somewhere around here around $5.58. But I think before that happens, we should have a little bit of an upward sign, so you can kind of see how that might match up a little bit. Maybe we end up coming back down to, like $6 or so. And then from there, we start tanking back down, unfortunately. Keep a close eye on it, but I still think it has some upside. I'd be going off of those Fibonacci extension tools, though. I really want to see it actually close above that level here. There we go. I'll probably move that up a little bit. That's fine. Yeah, it has a good upside, though. It has a really good upside. Like a lot of coins at the moment. We're just waiting to see it practically. Is Bitcoin going to dip and rip, or are we going to mess up a little bit here and break down? What I'm looking for, again, guys, is that cup and handle on the hourly chart. I really just want to see cup, handle, blast off. If we can get that, I would love that. But so far, it looks like we're just having some trouble dealing with some of these moving averages here. Which one is it? Yeah, right here. The 20 on the 2-hour, that's being a pain. We managed to close actually above the 50 on the 2-hour, on the 1 hour, excuse me, but we're just getting picky here, guys. I think pretty soon, though, probably once most of us are asleep, we'll probably see some whales hop in here to try to give us a big boost. I wouldn't be surprised if I wake up tomorrow and we're up quite a bit as far as most of these coins are concerned. We already have ApeCoin over here, guys, and this thing is just kind of booming. The 4-hour chart. Oh, this one was a tricky one. How long ago was this, though? Oh, this is an old Ultra, and this doesn't even make sense right now. This was a breakout where you traded this boom because I think we did this together a while ago. That was 110% profit there. This is just an old trend line. Don't give that any credence right now, guys. So as far as ApeCoin's concerned here, very fast, everybody. Let's see. And this one doesn't even like to honor it. I'm looking at the 4. Maybe the daily chart would look a bit better. No? Oh, I guess maybe we should pull it back a little bit more here. 4 hour. I mean, a little bit. This thing's been doing its own thing. I wouldn't even be using the Fibonacci extension. If it doesn't honor it, you don't have to use it. Yeah, but so far, guys, ApeCoin seems to be the one that's really going berserk at this moment in time. Probably going to run into some resistance here pretty soon. But there's an opportunity to make some money here. Let me go to the 5-minute chart very fast. Yeah, you can see we're just consolidating, waiting to see if we can take another leg up. But yeah, we can keep track of this for the next few minutes, guys. It's not looking too bad. Probably go to the 5-minute chart, though, so you guys can see how big of a move this is. How long has this been? An hour and 20 minutes. We're already up like 8.5%. That's a pretty good move, guys. All right, right there. And hey, Matthew, happy to see you. Hey, Discount. Man, didn't get any notifications of the stream starting. Hey, Discount. I know a lot of you guys don't get notifications. It's because YouTube's, like, the way the YouTube algorithm works, guys, is it notices that there's a lot of people not watching as much crypto content right now as there was last year. And obviously, because the market is not as exciting. I totally understand that. So what they do is they don't pump out my videos to you guys to let you guys know what's going on. And trust me, you're not the only person that this happens to. The only thing I can tell you is that if you subscribe, which you are, and you hit the little bell icon and open up all notifications, it should give you a little bit of an alert. For me, what it does is it gives me an alert, not when I start going live, but like, how do I say this? Like 30 minutes before I go live, it says, hey, Michael is going live in 30 minutes. And that's sometimes the only alert that I get on my other YouTube account that I follow this main channel with, because I try to test out these things, how you guys feel about it. Test it out kind of how you guys would experience it. Sorry. The only thing I would tell you is if you want to set an alarm for every day at 6 p.m. Pacific time, I will be live at that time, probably 5:55 p.m. That way you can kind of go along for when I have that first 5 minutes when you guys are looking at this screen right here. Right? But yeah, there is nothing I can do about it. I've tried everything. If you guys want to see more alerts, I think one thing that does work is if you guys watch a lot of my videos, but I know you guys still watch a lot of my videos and you still don't get all the alerts. So I apologize for that, but that's something that I can't fix with YouTube no matter how hard I try. What's right here? China market opens. Oh, that'll be interesting to see what happens to China. I was looking at CNBC a while ago and what Penn's security team feared for their lives. Okay, I guess there's something going on with January 6th today. I don't potentially care, but if you guys care, that's fine. But what do you call? You do see the futures are down today, and maybe that's what's going on here as far as Bitcoin's concerned. We're down 0.2 on the Dow, 0.45 on the S&P, and down 0.76. Oil is also down just a teeny bit here. Maybe that's what people are freaking out a little bit on right now. If I refresh this page, would anything actually show up? San Francisco businesses suffer. That's nothing we care about here as far as the markets. Biden, COVID, Snap shares. Oh, Snap shares plunged 25% on disappointing second quarter results. Ah. Well, that's because most of their income is purely from ads, and ads are going to be going down here. Breaking: man tries to stab New York Republican gubernatorial candidate Representative Lee Zeldin at campaign event. What the heck is going on in the world, people? I need to get off of CNBC before I start hearing some crazy news. Okay, but yeah, so we are going to have to deal with those negative numbers for now. Maybe just like today, the market can open up and can continue to grind on. The good thing that you guys should know for Bitcoin right now, just how we had to deal with it yesterday, maybe if I actually open up another layout here, let's just go to unnamed. 4-hour chart here. There you go. we still do have this support level. I personally won't be too concerned until we actually break down below this level. That's what will cause me some great concern as far as Bitcoin actually heading back down, okay? And even if we do break down and I open up some shorts, they're going to be fairly tight stop losses because I don't want to deal with any sudden reversals if we have some good news coming out tomorrow about the market. Now, if it's over the weekend, I'd feel much more confident of just watching the breakdown be a breakdown and come down, 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 right? Excuse me. But so far here, I think short-term goals, before we start thinking about this trend line here, stay above the 20 if we can. Just like last time, we managed to get a little bit of a pump here. We're hoping that we can pump in this actual 2.5 hours that we have left on this 4-hour candle. That's preferred, guys, preferred. On the 2-hour chart, we're just dealing with the 20 moving average, and on the 1-hour chart here, we've already managed to, we've shown that we can close above the 50. So I think it's really a 2-hour issue and a 4-hour issue as far as those moving averages. I had another layout that I had for you guys. I just don't know which one is it. YouTube investing lessons? No. Tutorials for channel. That has to be it. There we go. Okay. Thought I lost this one here, guys. So one little quick tidbit. Let me move all of these to the daily ones before we start talking about them. So this is the one where we talk about simple moving averages, DEMAs, TEMAs, and exponential moving averages, okay? So we don't have to pay attention to the SMAs because we look at those every day. As far as the exponential moving averages, on the daily chart, you can see these are all weeks. I need to make these all charts because those do not match up with what's in my head. There we go. Okay. You guys can see on the EMAs here, we also have to deal with the 50 moving average. I think we can break above this. If for whatever we can't, you guys will see that trend line there and you guys can make the appropriate shorts. Just be careful with it, okay? Just be very, very careful. But you can see that's also something stopping us at this moment in time, okay? If we go over here to the 4-hour chart, you can see we're in a much better spot than a lot of other actual the other moving averages that we've been looking at. But I think if you're going to look at anything from the exponential moving averages, it's frankly just going to be the 50-day moving average. That's it, okay? Now, if we go over here to the DEMAs, which we don't really talk about hardly ever, we don't really have any moving averages standing in our way until we hit this 200. The last time we came into the 200, it really wasn't a big impediment for us, so I think we can actually get above it again. You can see normally it's not like it's a hard level of resistance or support. It's not. So I don't give it too much. I don't give it too much say in how I'm trading, but just in case you guys want to use it, it's there, okay? And so far, nothing else really matters. We had a golden cross way back here. It didn't really do much. We kind of had a little bit of a pop before the drop. We had other golden crosses tell us a little bit more in advance of what's happening, preferably either the daily or I would use the 4 hours, right? Now, TEMAs are important not because they're actually hard levels of resistance. It's usually that when we cluster, we tend to have some larger moves, right? And I wouldn't even say we had a big cluster so far. I mean, it would kind of been a smaller one, but I like to see the clusters like that. But I guess you can kind of say this distance from here to here is similar to from here to here, maybe. But, we won't see another big cluster for Bitcoin maybe until like August 1st or something like that. So maybe that's when you might see Bitcoin really start to make some more extreme moves on the downward side. Until then, we might just kind of go through our normal consolidation periods where we're going up 10, 20% down, 15% up, 10, 20% down, 15%, so to speak, right? But that's just going off of the TEMAs here. Normally, guys, when these things are clustering up, you do see some really nice moves. We didn't really have a great cluster this time, which kind of sucked. On the weekly chart here, you're not going to see the 200 just because of the way the math works out for it. We're coming close to the 50, but just again, it didn't mean too much. Okay, let me go to that one though, but I'm going to make sure I save that one for next time. All right, there we go. Let's back this up, and this is not the right Bitcoin chart. We need to go to main YouTube stream. There we go. Oh. There we go. That works. Okay. Now, is there anything else popping up besides ApeCoin? I don't think so. There we go. We can see ApeCoin as it tries to break out here, guys. It's trying to. There we go. There's a little pop. Can we do it on second chart? We can give this a little bit of a viewpoint here. Does it move well enough to keep track of it? Yeah, it does. All right. But ApeCoin's looking like it wants to make a move. Meanwhile, Bitcoin's still slowly consolidating, so that's something here. That means you guys at least have something to do with your time and your money, right? Do I think Matic can double top here and drop? Here, as far as Matic is concerned, depends on what you see as your time frame. So let me see what would be the double top here. Don't glitch out on me, trading view. No, not. I don't see the top. What you're talking about? Maybe on the daily chart is what you're talking about. Maybe. Hold on, guys. There's like a dog hair or something underneath my mouse that's causing it to glitch out. There we go. Let me just go to my regular arrow cross. I mean, maybe if we make our way back up towards 98 cents, it could be a top up here, top up here. Let me check out the 4-hour chart so I can see. No, right now I wouldn't say it's going to make anything like a double top. It doesn't mean it still can't come back down, but right now it wouldn't be because of a double top pattern. I would assume there'd be some type of breakdown for you to trade there. Right now, all I'm looking at is, I mean, there's not really much here. You might be looking for that breakout right there. You might be expecting it to consolidate for a few more hours than the early morning hours tomorrow. We start making a stronger move. That could happen. But right now, no, I don't think it's going to end up being a double top. A double top doesn't have this this kind of clutter right here, if that makes sense. It's much more precise, like a, you know, right? Let me see if I can find it for you. We almost had a double top for Matic a few days ago, I think. So there should be one double top in here, or an attempted double top. I don't think it actually ended up being a double top, but right there it is. You see how aggressive this is? Top, top. Then you have the neckline. We didn't end up breaking down below. We ended up kind of skittling along and kind of making another move. But yeah, what do you call it? This is more of the double top pattern I'm looking for. Doesn't mean there's not a pattern there, but just not the double top. Or at least not yet. 15 here. Binance, let's go right there. ApeCoin, yeah, there we go. 1 minute chart should work fine. Let's just go at 5. Looks like it's still having some issues actually staying above that level there. And zoom in here so you guys can see what's going on. Shrink that down a little bit. There we go. Okay. Yeah, no worries, Kilo. Happy to help you out. I even was on the stream early and told it to notify me. I was working on something, waiting for you to start, and lost track of time. Oh, don't worry about it, man. I will lose track of time all the time. I don't know. I really don't know. What you could do is, I don't know if you guys ever go to YouTube. I don't know if they have a feedback tab for you guys. So if I went over here to my channel and I went over here to do I have a... Nope, they don't have anything for me. Huh. Nope. All right, never mind. I'll try to figure it out. I'm not entirely sure. I will try to send it through the feedback tab through YouTube that I have access to, and that way I'll know if they respond to it, or I'll ask one of my contacts at YouTube and see if they can help me out with it. Because like no matter what I do, yeah, the notifications, some people just don't get them, and I don't know how to fix that anytime soon. Let's see. And hey, David, you've been buying CRV since the past month, and oh my gosh, it's ripping. Check CRV if you can, Michael. I can sure check it for you while ApeCoin is making a move here, or while ApeCoin is looking to make a move. CRV. This is the weekly chart here. So since the bottom, it looks like it's rallied up close to 166%. That's awesome. Going back over here to the daily chart, if it'll let me. There we go. Oh yeah, this left its trend line. You know, whereas Bitcoin kind of has been bouncing and bouncing and bouncing, CRV kind of left it behind to do something more aggressive because it's been trying to stay above the 20-day moving average here. I would say as long as it stays above that 20-day moving average, you should be pretty happy with the results. You just had a golden cross, and so far since that golden cross, what day was it? Right here. It's up like 29%, so it looks like it's actually been pretty lucrative. Congratulations. Just make sure, I mean, the way I would do this right now is look to scale out a little bit just to be safe. You do have a resistance level up here, but if Bitcoin manages to break out, you do have an opportunity for it to go back up above 146, maybe even as far as 171, 188, only because it's popped off so much so far. As far as Fibonacci extension levels, though, this thing is kind of already blasted up beyond a lot of those. Right here, resistance right there. Maybe it's better if I go here. Well, that looked too weird. No, it ended up matching up a little bit. Yeah, it ended up working out a little bit for us. You just broke above the one target level. That next resistance level for it, as far as Fibonacci's are concerned, not the horizontal resistance right here, is going to be around 172. So it does have some crazy upside to it. Just be careful and make sure, if I were you, I would have moved up that stop loss a little bit, just so no matter what happens, you're walking away with a pretty hefty profit, I would say. But yeah, but this thing has been ripping over the past few days for sure. So far over the past few hours, guys, over the last 16 hours, it rallied up like 30%. This is something, if you want to day trade, it looks like it might have some good moves here. I don't know how the 5-minute chart would look, but this actually 5-minute chart is kind of grinding sideways here. But I still think it looks like something that would be fun to play with at least. Let me go back over here to ApeCoin. I want to see if ApeCoin's actually able to break out above this level here. There you go. Meanwhile, Bitcoin just being a little bit boring. And hey, Putin smokes mids. Happy to see you back. And hey, Joseph, happy to see you back as well, my man. What do I think overall of XRP? I mean, I think XRP is something that I want to hold for the long term. It's just this pesky lawsuit, the SEC. It just feels like everything is very arbitrary against XRP. I'm confident enough to hold them for the long term. I think they've had a depressed value for a long time because of what's been going on with these lawsuits and just nobody knowing exactly when all this is going to end. But I am a strong holder of XRP. I probably have like $5,000 invested in it. Now, granted, I bought XRP like years ago, back when it was like, like under 20 cents, okay? It's been a minute. I don't even know if I can find XRP's chart on here, because usually when I look at XRP, let me go over here to the monthly chart. Let's see. Yeah, you can see 2020, it came all the way to 10 cents. I don't have that good of a low. My low is kind of around here on the 20s. Like what it was, like 18, 17, something like that. But you know, I've still been very happy with how this has come out. I mean, if you bought the low and sold the high, what was that? Like 17, 1800%? Wowza. But yeah, it's just kind of hovering around two support levels right now, two separate Fibonacci levels. But overall, yeah, I like it a lot. I'm just waiting for this freaking lawsuit to be over, and then we can kind of party and make some money off of it. I do anticipate it, though, being over before the next rally, altcoin season. So I am confident that any XRP that I buy right now is going to do fantastically well in the future, and I think it may even be able to move up a couple spots on the top 100 list when all said and done. All right, let me go back over here. 5. Come on, man, just pop, just pop, just pop, just pop. There we go. All right. See. And hey, I can do Doge again for you guys here. Hold on one second. Doge isn't doing anything particularly exciting right now. Basically, we bounced off of the support level here, this old trend line. If we maybe go to the 4-hour chart, you guys can see the curl that happened. Bounced right off of it. We're trying to consolidate a little bit more. I think right now, if you want to be in Dogecoin, you just want to stay above the 20 moving average on the 4-hour chart. And from there, you're just hoping to make your way back up here to this large pump. If Dogecoin does pump over the next day or two, I am probably going to, well, if I was in it, I would sell it during the pump and just wait to buy it back down a little bit later. This is not something that I particularly like to swing trade all too much. I just like to trade these big pumps, and usually they're pretty easy shorts on the way back down. But right now, you're just hoping that it can stay above the 20 on the 4-hour chart. From there, kind of continue grinding up. On the 1-hour chart, though, you guys may see that, where are we at here? Can I do this properly? Maybe, this is a shorter one that I was looking at earlier here. But, I was hoping that maybe over the next few, 24 hours, 36 hours, something like that, we could try to make a move back up to the 7 cents range, 7.5, and then maybe try to go towards that target up here around 0.076, maybe back up to 0.8. But Dogecoin kind of pops out of nowhere. You can see it had a really lousy breakout, came back down, then all of a sudden, boom. So Dogecoin is going to be something you have to have a little bit more cojones to hold if you guys do want to swing it, because otherwise, if you traded the breakout here, I mean, you might have bought right there. You would have been okay with like being down 1.45%. Some people aren't, trust me. And then, after that, you would have had to watch it rip, and you would have to know to sell out and not expect it to go really crazy. Just scale up bit by bit by bit as it goes along. But yeah, Dogecoin looks fine to me. It's hard to time some of these bigger moves here. You want to just be in it, and that means you have to buy at support and just just leave it for a while and hope it goes back up. So if you bought anywhere down here as I was kind of testing out these support levels, you'd be up like 3% right now, but that's a lot of heartache for 3% profit. Bitcoin Cash still making a move up here right now. Anything else? No, we still got some mixed stuff going on here, guys. Let's go back to the 5. Why it really is having some trouble up here, just breaking out above that trend line there. It's trying, guys. It's trying, but yeah. We are all right. What's going on right here? Is Ethereum forming a large bullish pennant? Here, let me check it out for you very fast. What I've been looking at as far as Ethereum is concerned right now on the 4-hour chart here is, well, we traded the breakdown here. That was nice. You could say it is. It doesn't. Kind of. The only reason I don't like to think of it as this is because in order for Ethereum to break out of this, normally we just don't kind of do any like crazy breakouts. Normally we have to consolidate up until a while. This means we might consolidate going in for the next 5 days before trying to make a breakout. I don't think Ethereum wants to wait that long before trying to move out. But yes, the pattern itself is there and the structure is there. So you could say yes. I'm just not entirely sure if we're going to wait that long before trying to break out or break down out of this moment in time. I think pretty soon we're going to have an idea if we're trying to make we're going to have something else. I don't know exactly what yet, but yeah, something a little bit more ugly, I guess you would say. Right now, we're not really having the easiest of pattern. We're just kind of looking a little bit more ugly as these charts are concerned. ApeCoin back up here to 5. There we go. I really would like to see ApeCoin blow up again. I haven't traded ApeCoin since I bought it a long time ago with you guys. Let me move my microphone down so you guys can see my face just a tad. How do I do this? I pay all this money for this equipment, but I never learn how to use it, and that kind of describes my life. Yeah, no worries, David. Happy to talk to you about it. Let's see. It's right here. And hey, Remy. Yeah, we just talked about Polygon, so I'll probably talk about it just for a couple seconds here. But we did a pretty in-depth one, so if you want more in-depth, you can just rewind it a little bit. Right now, as far as Matic is concerned, I do like it a lot. It is the number one on my watch list for good plays out there. If there's going to be a little bit of stuff we talk about here. If Bitcoin can manage to break out above the 1 level here on the Fibonacci extension tool and close above it, and then you also see the NASDAQ and these guys break above their 20-week moving averages, I think you can see that Matic go really crazy high. I do see over the next few days, though, that what's the 4-hour chart? There we go. The NASDAQ is going to has some issues as it approaches the 200 moving average on the 4-hour chart. The 4-hour chart. I think until that happens, since Matic is pumped up so much more, and it does have these massive pumps here, partly because I think it's on Robinhood and Webull and a lot of other exchanges, whereas other coins don't have the Robinhood exposure, so to speak. I think Matic at this point in time, the highest I can see it get is probably anywhere from $1.12 to maybe $1 and let's say 19-20 cents as we approach the 200 daily moving average. I think this can actually go very, very high. My concern, though, at the moment is, if you want to buy it, you're just going to have a little bit more of a tricky time. You're going to have to allow yourself to have a little bit more of a stop loss, which means you're putting on more risk than you might otherwise want to. Go back over here to the 4-hour chart, though. So far, we're still grinding. I'm confident in Matic until the point we drop down below the 50 moving average on the 4-hour chart. So far, I mean, we have broken down below it before, but you know, I don't want to see us break down. The last time we broke down below the 20, you can see how violent of a move that is. If I had a long during that period of time, I would not be happy with my position whatsoever, because you know, if you guys know me, I trade anywhere between 10 and 50x leverage. If I had a 10x leverage, you know, just up here hoping for a long, and it went down, I'd be down like 120, 130%, and let alone like if I was down like doing 50x leverage, no. So right now, I still think it looks fine. It's still consolidating a little bit, but you're going to need to see some strength coming out of the NASDAQ to really force the Bitcoin to come up a little bit more, okay? As far as the weekly chart's concerned, one other thing here, you can see right now it is pumping up towards that 20-week moving average. I do think if we do see any moves over this weekend, I don't know if we're going to be able to close above that level, okay? That's just one thing that's I've been paying attention to a little bit here. You can see that we haven't been above the 20-week moving average since January 17th, the week of January 17th. So just keep that in mind. I think we might be able to break above it. If we do, then we might be able to get back up here towards 139. But I'm expecting any big move that Bitcoin makes sometime over this weekend, if we have a really parabolic move on the upside, I think we will crash just as fast once shorts start to say, oh yeah, now it's our time to shine. Let's go, baby. Bazooka's out. Let's go, right? But so far here, look at the weekly chart for Matic. We've kind of gone up a lot, and we're going to be due for a pullback here pretty soon. Once Matic starts to pull back and Bitcoin starts to pull back, Matic will be one of the biggest losers in the entire market because it will be giving up all the massive gains that it's had so far. So just be careful if you guys are long. Just make sure you guys have those stop losses here. Something interesting I was looking at before, though, too, doesn't really have much relevance here, but we are getting closer to the 20-month moving average. Just something interesting. We held it for like a little bit of time, broke down below, and you saw how bad of a breakdown that was. And, you know, historically, we don't really have much data on it, but, you know, it's pretty interesting. ApeCoin's coming down here a little bit. Bitcoin Cash looks like it's trying to make a move. Let's see if we can follow that for a few seconds. There we go. At least we got something going up here. Not running into resistance. Ethereum Classic at 35 bucks. I mean, it could, but I don't expect it anytime soon. But yes, hopefully it can. So here, but yeah, happy to help you out, Benny boy. What's right here? Oh, and Remy, there you go. Hey, Usman, thoughts on MCO2? Keeping an eye on it. I have no idea what that is. So let me actually copy and paste that in here so I can actually see what's going on. Bitcoin Cash definitely looks like it's making a move right now. Does it come up clearly on the daily? Okay, so this is a very, very high risk play, as I think you know, because it really hasn't been doing anything. Let me do one little look over here, though, and type this in so I can see the market cap and maybe learn a little bit more about it. Market cap is 12 million. That's why very, very low market cap. It's down a little bit today while some other stuff is up. Let me go to the website. Moss Carbon Credit. What is this? Moss Earth? Take a sip of my tea very fast, guys. Fucking, there we go. Made some black snail tea. This, I don't know if you guys can see it. Yeah. You guys can see it. It's black. It's black as can be. That's good though. All right. Off-print your carbon footprint. We make it easy and safe to preserve the planet. What do they do? What does it do? Okay, I don't have the mental capacity to try to look into that. But basically, they should have a better website that kind of explains clearly what they're doing, besides just helping their plan, like how. But when I'm looking at it right now, I think since it has slowed down a little bit over the past few weeks here, you could take a YOLO play on it. But as far as I see this is nothing more than a YOLO play, so just be careful with it. I'd be willing to put down some money on it, but I would not probably be trading any leverage on this, most likely because I don't think there would be many exchanges that actually allow you to have leverage on a coin like this with such low market cap, right? But at least for now, you know what, this does have a little bit of an upside. You're looking like you're going to have a golden cross here sooner rather than later. So yeah, I mean, it's at $4.40 right now. I do think there's an opportunity here for you to buy it around this 440 and maybe sell it for around $5. So I mean, that would still give you some good money if you bought it right now, sell on 5. You know, let's say it pops above the 50 here. That's a good 14% profit. I think there's other coins that are better out there, like, you know, Matic and Ethereum Classic at this moment in time. But I think right now it's cooled off long enough. I do think if you were to keep a close eye on it, yeah, I think this would actually be a good play to just buy and have a fun little YOLO with it. I just wouldn't be so enthusiastic, but so much money behind it. Whereas, you know, I may put like $5,000-$6,000 on an Ethereum long or an Ethereum short with some leverage, like a 10x leverage play. I would probably only feel comfortable putting up a few $100s into this, let it sit, see where it goes. If I do a long at $4.40, my stop loss might be like 3 to 4%. Let's just call it 4% down from where that place is. So no matter what, I'm only risking 4% losses for the upside of anywhere between maybe, you know, if we break back above to the 50, excuse me, you know, maybe I'll make 8% profit, or maybe if we're lucky, we'll go back up to 5 or something, maybe 13-14% profit. So the opportunity is there. You just need to make sure you have that stop loss, though. Otherwise, the risk isn't going to be worth it on your part, okay? If you have the stop loss, it's worth the shot. If you don't want to put a stop loss, just have extra caution, okay? But yeah, it's something that doesn't look too bad. I just wish the website was more clear for me. English. I do not know Portuguese. Yeah, they need to fix their website ASAP if they want to get people to start buying their coin. Marketing is a huge part of any crypto business. All right. And just so you guys can see on the daily chart, Bitcoin's kind of going back and forth here. Now we're back to negative after being up for a little bit, and now we're looking to retest maybe that 50-day moving average here. So we'll keep a close eye on that one, guys, over the next few hours. There we go, back to the 15. All right, let me make a move right here. There we go. Okay. I'll tell you, any leverage plays in sight? Not right now. The only ones I've been looking for are maybe some day trades, and even those ones aren't playing out as well as I would like them to. The last day trade I did was earlier yesterday, and it was that breakdown on Matic that we talked about here. It was a beautiful breakdown, nice and simple. If I can find it here. 15-minute chart. Where's it at? Maybe this isn't the one. Maybe it was on Ethereum Classic. Okay, I forget which exactly one it was, but basically it was that pennant that we broke down below. It was an easy in and out. I just don't know why I can't find it on here. Yeah, huh. It wasn't FTM. Yeah, I'll try to find a little bit later, but yeah, there's not really much I'm looking at as far as longs. I'm waiting for some better setups. If I was at my computer, I would have taken some short lever or some smaller leverage longs as Bitcoin actually approached this support level here, but not much else before that. Otherwise, I might have been day trading Ethereum Classic a teeny bit, but right now, if I was looking at anything to trade, it'd be ApeCoin and it'd be Bitcoin Cash because those seem to be the only ones that have any volatility. Maybe right now, since Bitcoin's looking a little bit weaker, I might try to short. Was that ApeCoin right here, just because it's at that level of resistance, and that is something that that people would normally want to short, correct? And then over here, as far as Bitcoin Cash, we don't know exactly how high this sucker wants to go, but when it does start to teeter off, maybe whether it's that resistance zone where it is now, you might see an opportunity. But I'm looking at this 15-minute chart, guys, and about to have 2 golden crosses over the next few minutes. On the hour chart, you're starting to see a little bit more of a curl up here. Probably look to short this here pretty soon. I would be shorting rather than longing some of these pops, though. Waiting to see how the market reacts to, where are we at here? There you go. The futures market, especially when we see the next few hours here as pre-market opens up, I guess a while from now at 1 o'clock Pacific time, 1 a.m. Let's see. Where is Bitcoin Cash, though? What did I just do with it? There we go. There you go. Still popping off here a little bit though. All right. And hey, Benny boy, Ape stock RSI is high on most times. Oh, I would anticipate that. It's had a beautiful rally so far. A very, very beautiful rally. And no worries, Usman. What app am I using for trading? So if you want to use the exchanges that I personally use for trading, I have them all linked below. What you guys are looking at on the on my screen here is not where I trade. This is a trading or you can trade on it, I guess. But it's a charting software plan called TradingView. All right, TradingView has a free section and a paid section. I pay for it mostly because I stream and I want to have all the bells and whistles to show you guys what's going on in the market. But most of you guys are probably going to be okay with the free plan or the pro plan. If you guys are going to try to go more full-time on trading, I'd recommend the Pro Plus or the premium plan. But most of you guys probably aren't at that level just now. And here, let me show if I can find it for you guys very fast. Let me get rid of this. So there's a free one. Let me go to monthly. So there's a free one over here that if you want to get free, you can get it for free. There's a pro that costs $15 a month if you pay monthly, which I think most of you guys do. Pro is $30 a month. Premium is $59 a month or $60 a month. What I would say for most of you guys, if you guys do want to try TradingView and actually pay for it, here's what I'll say. Most of you guys can really get by with Pro or Pro Plus. Okay. Now, I think the majority of you guys should probably do Pro or Pro Plus monthly until Black Friday shows up in November, which is what we got August, September, October, November, like 4 more months. Once Black Friday hits, all of these prices on the yearly go down by about like 50 to 60%, and that's a huge saving. And then you guys would just pay for it for the year, and that really does help you out like a lot. Okay. So then you would have a whole year of testing it out to see if you really like it, and you're not paying that much money at all. So that's how I would do it if I were you guys. I currently have the premium method. I like it a lot. I think it's definitely worth it. But I mean, $50 a month, at a yearly rate, it can take away from your portfolio if you're just starting off with a small amount of money, which is why I think the majority of you guys are going to be fine with Pro or Pro Plus. Most of you guys would probably be fine with Pro. I would actually probably sign up for Pro first, and then if you get annoyed by not being able to do everything you want, then try to go with Pro Plus, and then you're probably going to be happy. Most of you guys don't need as much stuff as I do when it comes to premium, and you guys don't need stuff like second-based intervals and stuff like that, but I would say it's really nice to have. But is it $50 a month nice? Debatable. See, why is Bitcoin Cash pumping? There's not many specific reasons. It's just a whole bunch of people got in at the same time. Volume's been going up, and it may be a little bit oversold compared to a bunch of other coins. And there's just been some more bullish signals, I guess you would say. I've been trying to teach you guys a little bit more in this last few weeks about moving averages and stuff. Whoa, that's glitching out. The heck is going on there? See how it gapped up? Coins don't gap up like that. Okay, that's interesting. Will it still work? Okay, well, basically, over the last few days, we had a golden cross here, which was a good sign to buy the dip and start rallying up more. If you go to some of these other moving averages, you'll see that we had golden crosses popping up here and here, leading to some really nice signals. And I think that's what people are trading. You're never going to know exactly how much we rally up, but you can know that, hey, there's some signals saying we're going to be going up here. And then as it goes up more and more and more, you start to scale up, scale out of it. Huh. I wonder what is going on with this glitch. Okay, well, there's there's a reason maybe you want to get the Pro or Pro Plus version of TradingView. There we go. But yeah, I don't know the exact reason. I haven't heard any major news coming out about it. I just saw some bullish technicals, and some of you guys saw them too and told me about them. So I was like, oh yeah, this is something worth watching. Let's see. Hey, Amarosa. No, I meant you are using Bybit in the US or KuCoin. Oh, I use KuCoin, BitGet, Binance, Femex is one I like a lot too. Femex is actually one I like a lot right now. Bybit is in Europe only right now, but they are a very, very good exchange. So I have used Bybit in the past. It's kind of nice because if I go over to Europe, I can use it without any problems. But yeah, Bybit's a good one too. Depends on where you guys live. And hey, Maximilian, we celebrating yet? I mean, we've been celebrating a little bit here. We've been making some good money off of this 25% rally by Bitcoin. Ethereum running up 60%. We've been having some pretty fun. Not the altcoin season rally exciting, but still pretty exciting if I do say so myself. What's right here? Still hoping to grab some Ethereum sub 1K? Hey, future millionaire, you had the opportunity to buy Ethereum under $1,000. Next time it occurs, make sure just to buy some just in case. A lot of you guys have been saying that. I wish, like specifically about Ethereum, you guys saying I'm kicking myself for not buying Ethereum under $1,000. Next time, take the opportunity and just keep on buying some dips. Sometimes it's okay to buy when the market looks like the floor is falling out from beneath it. As long as it's a market-wide event. Obviously, you probably didn't want to buy a Luna at the bottom, but but yeah, next time we have a major capitulation event, whatever that is caused by, don't feel bad about starting to dollar cost average at that point, or maybe doing a little bit more of a smaller bulk buy. You don't have to buy some massive amount of crypto at that level to make some good money. You can just start buying a little bit here, a little bit there. Whereas maybe I spend anywhere from let's say I had anywhere from like $100 to $200 into crypto every single day right now, where instead of doing a bulk buy of like $20,000 instead, maybe I just do a bulk buy of $5,000, 25% of that. When I see a big capitulation moment where I think the floor is falling out, because then I know eventually the market's going to be coming back up over the next few days, and then I'll have an opportunity to sell it for some easy money, or I could just use that as a good entry point for a longer term position. But you're going to have another opportunity, I believe, to buy Ethereum under $1,000. Next time, though, we may be going well down below that $1,000 threshold, that $900 threshold. So just be willing to hold it, though, the next time, and treat it more as a long-term play. If you want to go with the method that you're going to be buying the dip, right, like a pretty bad capitulation moment, then you might have the opportunity to buy Ethereum for maybe $700 or $800. So don't be mad if Ethereum goes down that low and you buy at $900 or something like that. Just be patient, because eventually the market will go back up. But we're talking about a dip or a crash that hasn't happened yet. So, give it some wiggle room there. Let's see. Crypto showing its worth. Hey, you're watching. Yes, it does quite a bit. Funny enough, I was talking with a girl on Tinder today, and she was asking about how YouTube is and stuff like that. And I was like, chill. And she thought, like, I told her about, like, I'm in crypto, right? And she's like, oh, I thought when Luna crashed, the whole crypto market went with it. So, it really made me think that there's still a lot of people that don't trust crypto. And over time, there's going to be a whole other group of people that get into crypto late. And they're going to be the ones kind of pushing us up, so we make a lot of money off of them buying into it, which is going to be very, very nice, because that's the way the cycle works, right? You got to buy the dip when nobody else wants to, or when something is new and speculative. It's going to be very, very interesting to see how crypto works in the future. But I was very surprised that somebody said they thought the whole crypto market would be torn apart just by Luna crashing. Crypto is here to stay, guys. We even got I need to find out more information about this, but we do see that Congress is looking to pass a stablecoin bill. It shouldn't be done for a few months, but I do need to learn more about it so I can help you guys out and kind of what they're going to be focusing on. I think it's more to make sure that the coins that are in the American system are pegged to $1, like what they already are, but they have a very hard chance of being depegged, because the government's going to really mandate that the foundation on the other side of it is sturdy enough so where the coins don't depeg from $1. I'll see if I can find some information about that in a few minutes. Will the Coinbase ordeal affect anything? I don't think so right now. As far as Coinbase is concerned, I don't feel confident in them right now to keep my money there, and that's mostly because of them taking away their affiliate payment system. I'm really shocked that they don't have enough money to deal with that. Guys, again, you guys know I do this for a living. Well, I get to do trading for a living. YouTube doesn't really pay for my income, for my expenses. But, when you guys sign up for my affiliate links, I get paid, right? And that's why I put them there. They support the channel. I appreciate a lot when you guys do click on those links. But all those companies understand that in order for me to want to put my link down below, in order for me to even give them the time of day to actually review them to make sure that you guys would actually like them or that I think they'd be good enough for you guys, I have to be willing to find a way to make a profit off of it. Otherwise, I'm just giving them free marketing, which why would I ever do that as a small business owner, as a YouTuber, right? And the fact that they're having trouble dealing with that affiliate system, that is a pretty big red flag for me. Now, I know they have a lot of cash on hand, but my concern is more of what happens if Bitcoin goes to 12,000, 15,000 when this recession hits, because this is Bitcoin's first ever recession, right? So I am a little concerned about Coinbase in the future. I do understand they're starting to shore up the reserves right now, but I am still a little scared about what could happen to Coinbase. If I were to place a bet on it, I think they will survive this no matter how far Bitcoin goes down. I just don't want to have to worry about my assets on Coinbase not being back in my account whenever I want them to be, right? And that's one of the reasons I'm a little more fearful of Coinbase right now. Kind of the same logic as Voyager, but with Voyager had a little bit more black eyes, I guess you would say. Whereas I told you guys, Voyager has the loans, they're looking like they're a little bit strong, but right now, do you really want to risk it? That's why I took the majority of my capital out. All I left in there was $500 of STMX, and I paid for that. Well, I'll see how that works out, I guess. But it's for Coinbase right now. I do put it up to that level. Better safe than sorry. Might as well not use it. But I think for now maybe it's okay. But I think if Bitcoin were to crash back down below 20,000, 17,000, that's where I might be getting a little bit more concerned about. How is Coinbase going to survive all this? Just because of the affiliate nonsense that they've been dealing with. Every company out there, guys, is going crazy trying to get new clients. And the fact that Coinbase isn't investing into trying to get new people to sign up, it freaks me out, because that's what they're supposed to be doing. You want to see user growth go up and up and up, even in a bear market. It may slow, but you still want to be adding more users, right? And the way the whole economy works around influencer marketing is they say, hey, if you get somebody to sign up for us, we'll give you $5. I don't know what the number is. I don't really pay attention to how much they pay me, but well, I do, but not Coinbase, because I don't use Coinbase too much. Haven't used it in a while, but we talked about this the other day. There is a whole infrastructure out there, guys, designed to make you go buy something so the person that owns the website gets a kickback link, right? Or kickback. Let me just do this for you guys very fast. Best makeup. Now, I don't know anything about makeup. I didn't even spell it right. But, if I go right here to glamour.com, best makeup products of 2022, it was second compared to Sephora, right? I get my stuff from Sephora, my facial creams. I'm awesome. Only because my friend's wife raved about it. Okay, but you see right here, best makeup. If we go down here, and you see $44 at Charlotte Tilbury, whatever it is, that's an affiliate link. They make money if you buy this. 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 And since this is number one, I bet these people are making thousands of dollars every single day by people clicking on this and signing up or buying the product. Like literally, this one website, thousands, if not tens of thousands of dollars a day. And this is just one of the web pages, okay? Or I would say thousands for this one web page, but they're making a ton of money because somebody that doesn't know much about makeup, they come here, they're like, oh, I can buy this at, I don't know this brand at all, Charlotte Tilbury, whatever. And then you guys can't read it up on top, but at the very end it says campaign equal 10676. That's the affiliate code number that is embedded in the link here, so they can keep track of who buys it. So if I were to buy some makeup here, the person that owns the website gets money for it. Everybody does this. This is very normal. This is a very extremely normal thing that happens online. If you guys didn't know it, surprise, every single website is pretty much, or majority of websites are geared to making you buy stuff, right? But it's just something, it's just the way it works. When I do my website later on, how I'm building it out now, if you guys read the reviews on my my thing, They'll be honest reviews. But if I say like this is probably good for you if you like this, you don't have much money, whatever, and you sign up, I will get paid for that. But I'm okay telling you guys that up front because a lot of you guys like supporting the channel, which I appreciate, right? But don't be surprised. Like that's why I'm so surprised that Coinbase is doing that, because there are websites out there like literally giving Coinbase tons and tons of traffic. And over the next few months, they are going to adapt and kick Coinbase off of their site. And all those clicks that might have gone to Coinbase, they're not going to be going there. They're going to be going up to whatever takes Coinbase's place on all of those websites, right? That's the biggest thing. And usually the ones that make it up to the top pages where they say, hey, I'm going to make a review about this, are the exchanges that pay the most when you sign up, right? So it's going to be weird. It's going to hurt them down the road. That's my main point, guys. And they're saying they're probably not going to give it, bring it back until 2023. That's ludicrous for Coinbase to do. From my perspective, it doesn't cost much money to pay somebody for bringing you new clients, because think about this. Let's say I get one of you guys to sign up for Coinbase and they give me $5. I don't even think it's $5, but let's just say $5. Okay. Now they gave me $5. You know how much Coinbase fees are? You know how fast they're going to make $5 off of you just moving your cash into Tether or moving your cash into Bitcoin, something like that. They're going to make like $2 off of that transaction. Then when you sell it back for dollars, they're going to make another $2.50 off it, and wham, they got the $5. That's what my mind is like freaking out about. Like, why don't they have the money to do something so simple? If you get what I'm saying, right? Now, I don't have the full story, of course, but that's the big red flag that I see. But hope you guys like to learn about the markets and how the world works as far as the internet. I'm an old marketing manager here. And hey, Future Millionaire, thank you very, very much for the super chat, man. I really appreciate it. Better buy Bitcoin at 10K or Ethereum 4 to 500 for the long term. Thanks. Yes. I mean, frankly, yes. So right now, I think the best thing you guys could do from my perspective is to dollar cost average. You're buying a little bit of crypto every single day or every other day or once a week, however much you want to buy. You can split it up however you want to. And from there, I think you can start buying more aggressively once Bitcoin is actually down below, I would say, the $20,000 level. I'm more happy to buy crypto down there. And the reasoning behind that is you guys just saw altcoins pump up a lot. Right now, if you wanted to buy altcoins for the long term, you're paying a very inflated price than what you would have just had to pay a few weeks ago, right? So yes, I would say if you wanted to, now we don't know exactly where the bottom of Bitcoin is going to be. Nobody does. But I think we could safely assume, at least I can, that we're most likely going to break down below 17,000 over the next few weeks here. And I want to be buying bit by bit of more and more Bitcoin as we continue to fall down more and more and more. And if we do hit some level like 15,000, 12,000, 10,000, even as low as $8,000 as possible, even though unlikely, I would be buying more aggressively at those levels. And I think if we actually hit the 8,000, the 10,000, the 12,000 level, that would be at a point of pure capitulation where the market looks like it's really going crazy in free fall. And those are usually the point in the market when you really want to buy. So the way you could play it going forward is we've had multiple capitulations over the past few weeks here, guys. As you guys have known, it's been pretty scary. Well, if you guys just buy towards the end of those capitulations when we start finding a little bit of support, usually it'll kind of rise back up and you'll make some good money off of it regardless. And if for whatever reason it looks pretty weak and it looks like it may crash back down, you still have the opportunity to make a profit down the road going for the long-term holds, right? So I feel better about dollar cost averaging and then buying in small bulks during capitulation moments. And during those capitulation moments, I usually will take a portion of the money I spend in bulk. I will sell it on the rebound. And then what I'll do is as Bitcoin or whatever crypto I'm looking at comes back down over the next few days after we have that initial dead cat bounce, I will be actually happy to buy more crypto. So the goal there isn't to really turn a profit as far as the coins are considered, making money. It's the goal here is to basically just walk away with more coins, because at the end of the day, the more tokens, the more coins you own, the more profit you're going to be able to make down the road when the next altcoin season happens, when everybody's going berserk and crazy happy. One of the things that I think a lot of you guys can appreciate right now, though, is even though the world economies are pretty bad, inflation is pretty bad, governments are getting wonky, there's wars in the world, maybe Taiwan, China pretty soon. Despite all that, because this bear market looks like it wants to last for a while just because primarily inflation here in the United States, you guys have plenty of time to save up and buy crypto a little bit here, a little bit here. Whereas, in the past few cycles, you might not have had as much time as you would have liked to actually load up on as much crypto as you wanted to. And since you guys have more money, it means you can invest some in Bitcoin, Ethereum, Dogecoin if you want to, ADA if you want to. But then you also may have some extra cash on hand where you might not have last time to go into some of those more speculative plays, like the lower market cap plays that I like an STMX, a Dogelon Mars, which could be a meme coin. I'm really hoping Dogelon Mars ends up on Robinhood. If they add it to Robinhood, I will invest another $5,000 into that sucker. But you have a beautiful opportunity to make money down the road. But by no means are you expecting to make a quick profit anytime soon. I mean, you could have after this breakout or this last drop, but if you're looking for the thousands of percent profit, you're going to have to be waiting for at least 6 to 12 months, if not like 2 years or something, right? But that's the goal here. That's the goal, and why you should be dollar cost averaging more than anything else. You can buy in bulk every now and again, but I think dollar cost averaging is probably still the safest thing to do. And even right now, I've turned off dollar cost averaging because we've just rallied up so much. I'm saving that money so when the market decides to crash back down over time, I can dollar cost average with even a higher amount of daily revenue going into Bitcoin. So, you have plenty of opportunities, but I would say yes, you can definitely buy Bitcoin. Probably, I don't know if we're going to go down to 10,000, who knows, but 12,000, 13,000, 14,000, so would still be a good opportunity to buy Ethereum, $500, $400. It could happen. Who knows how if we get down there, but yes, it could happen. And that would still be a great opportunity. But don't be surprised if you buy Bitcoin at 10K and it goes to 8K. Don't be surprised if you buy Ethereum at 400 and it goes to 200. Now, I'm not saying it's going to go down that low, but you have to be willing to hold through all that pain, because eventually the market will turn around and you'll be making a bunch of money. But you got to deal with all the emotional stress that happens as you're watching your currencies go down and down and down and down and down before you see those huge ricochet moments where you're making all the money and you're like, oh my gosh, yes. I know what's that here. Hey, the Evo Killer, I just bought 1.5 billion Tonic coins just for fun. Well, hey, dude, let me know how it goes. When you have those coins when they're so cheap, I always want to envision, let it just go to $1 someday and I'll be rich. Just let it go to $1. And I know they never do, but I really hope they can, because then that'd be a lot of people making some money there. A future meme coin in the works, I guess, right? And hey, STix, Coinbase has a bigger problem with the former product manager getting arrested for insider trading. Yeah, that's going to be interesting. He's going to jail. I think Coinbase has probably cleaned up their act by now, but that is going to be a little bit of a problem for them going forward. So I think at worst, Coinbase gets kicked out of the American markets. At worst. I don't think that's going to happen, but I do think you might see a few lawsuits going after Coinbase and them asking for records of all their employees really getting into it, which I think they probably already have done. They're just kind of working their way through the system at this moment in time. But I don't know if the UK is going to do much to them, really. But, as far as regulatory going after them. But yeah, they're in trouble for that. I just don't think it's going to really plague them for long. I think they're having some more structural issues behind the scenes beyond that. But yes, that is going to be a big front page type of issue where people say, whoa, they're insider trading? That's horrible. Yeah, I think you may see some ire from local governments or, national governments, excuse me. But that, yes, not to minimize that. That is a big deal for them. Hey, Safina, is it a good time to buy crypto now? Um, I don't know if you mean by swing, day, or long-term trading. Probably isn't the best time to be going long at this point here for, long-term trading. If you want to be day trading or swing trading, you have to wait for a pattern breakout. And by that, I would mean it's best to probably do some research and read a couple books on trading patterns, or there's some good YouTube videos on YouTube that can teach you how to trade multiple patterns. You want to start at the ground level. You probably don't want to be investing money right now if you don't know how to swing or day trade. If you want to do long-term trading, you might want to start dollar cost averaging if you want to at this price. It's a little bit inflated, but you can. I would, if you want to learn how to make consistent money, I would start buying some books that teach you about patterns and how charting software works, and then from there you can start to practice paper trading. You want to organize yourself a decent trading journal, and then from there start recording what works for you as a trader and what doesn't. That way you can actually have a data set on what's good, what's bad, and you know what to not do and what you do know what to do, or what you need to work on, I guess you would say, going forward. But right now, I don't see it as a great opportunity to go long in the long term here. Day and swing trading, I'm waiting for a pattern breakout. For altcoins, you might have some pattern breakouts, but those are for individual altcoins right now because Bitcoin's just kind of going sideways. Let's see. Hey, Zachar, can I look at ARP chain for me? Let me see if I can find the ticker here for you. Hmm. Okay, so right now, this is a little bit icky, isn't it? Man, this thing is just testing the boundaries right now, isn't it? Okay, so let's go over here. Close on the 4, but not on the daily. I guess that's something here. Hmm. I might not trade this until we see a clear breakout above this level. I don't like the price action here because it hasn't been honoring as many of the trend lines as I would like. Let me go to the weekly chart here just very fast to see if I can see anything. Still got some upside here as far as the 20-week moving average. Kind of dying back down after the initial big pump. What was that pump up to? 95%. That's why it's dying back down after that. I would say if you want to hop into this, it's going to be much more of a higher risk play, so just be careful, Zachar. Let me go back to the 4-hour chart here very fast. Last time we did run into some resistance up here. Yeah, I might wait for this to die back down a little bit personally. I don't like this play too much, only because of the technicals for it. But maybe over the next few hours, if it just comes back down like a penny or so, maybe you could be more inclined to buy. Not a penny, excuse me, a tenth of a penny here. You might be more inclined to buy towards support and hope for a little bit more of a rally. But at this moment in time, Zachar, I don't like it too much. Not at all. If it comes back closer to support, I would be willing to take a position on it, but a very small one. This doesn't have as nice of a setup as some of the other coins out there, and I'm a little bit more worried about it. Let me go check the daily chart one more time, though. As far as day trades are concerned, it looks like each time it breaks above the 20, it still has a pretty sizable move. So I would say if you wanted to have a day trade on it, maybe take a look at the 15-minute chart. Grinding up here. Did any of these even work? No, we already broke down below that and it's still not doing anything crazy. Yeah. I would say if you wanted to buy right now for potential move above the 20-day moving average, you would have to have a stop loss of like 5%, 5.5%, which is kind of extreme. If you can get that down to 3%, I think it'd be worth the trade. But until that happens, I wouldn't be trading this too much. Maybe if it can manage to pop back above the 200 on the 15-minute chart, that might be an indication to buy. And you can use that as an actual stop loss for yourself, maybe 1% less than that. And then you could actually feel confident if you don't want to wait for it to come back down here, or maybe it breaks out above that before it actually comes down here. Anything actually pumping right now? No. Bitcoin Cash died down. ApeCoin died down a little bit here. We can see what ApeCoin's doing, though. Back to the 5 here. There we go. All right. And hey, Keezy, they are literally about to announce that we are in a recession this coming week. Yeah, I'm excited to see what it is. I mean, now, you guys know I think we are probably already in a recession based off of the first quarter GDP contraction. But once it's formal, everybody starts to freak out more. And once they say we're in a recession, then you actually see households start to actually change the way they're spending their money. And they may start spending a lot less. And that could really hurt earnings going forward, which we're going to be seeing in Q3. So far, Well, this is Q3, isn't it? Maybe Q4, I guess. No, maybe I would just say September earnings. Yeah, probably then. Um, but yeah, I mean, from what I understand, I think we probably are in a recession, but there's still a chance here that the GDP grew instead of shrank. A chance, teeny chance, but still a chance. Let's see. It's related to Cronus. Oh, okay, that makes sense. And it's been what do you call? Oh, if you want to be doing a long term again, I would recommend just going into dollar cost average. Dollar cost average. You could go on a more trusted exchange, whether it be Bybit, Binance, KuCoin, BitGet. They're all Femex. They're really good exchanges. Or what you could do is just start buying Bitcoin in bulk, and every time you buy, like, let's say you spend $1,000 a week or $1,000 a month on crypto, you just add all that Bitcoin, whatever assets you have, you just put that into crypto. Then from there, you move it over to a wallet, like a Nano Ledger wallet. That's probably going to be the best bet. If you want to, I wouldn't recommend keeping your a lot of money tied up in exchanges unless you're day trading. And even then, when you start to see some whispers and some things of bad stuff possibly happening to that exchange, you move your money out just to be safe, just so you don't have to worry about those issues arising again, right? Hey, Zachar, I had a feeling it would be icky, but thank you for the check. Yeah, no worries. If it had a little bit cleaner technical, sure. As far as a day trade, that 200 moving average on the 15-minute chart would be the only hope I see for having any type of fun day trade off of it. Otherwise, it'd be one of those stressful trades where you buy and you just don't have the confidence after you buy it, so you're just biting your nails the entire time. And those are the trades that I refuse to do anymore because I know better and I hate doing those trades. Oh man. But yeah, no worries, Zach. Always happy to help you out, my man. And hey, Patrick, happy to see you back. Thoughts on the January 6th hearings impacting the market? I don't think they're going to impact the market that much. I mean, to me, as a guy who's like raised as a Democrat, I'm much more moderate, I guess, even to some extent. I'm more conservative now as I've grown up, mostly because of my finances have changed, right? You know, I would rather, like, I understand what they're trying to do. I understand that Trump did some bad stuff. I understand it all. How is that really helping inflation? How is that really helping the American people with some of the stuff they're dealing with right now? We're not even close to a presidential election. We still have like 3 more years, right? 2022, so like 2 more years. I don't know. So I pay attention to it every now and again because I watch the news constantly, usually financial news, and financial news will talk about it. Like Fox Business, CNBC, Bloomberg, Yahoo News, all the same. But like all of my friends, and I have a lot of friends around the country, Philadelphia, California, Texas, Latin America, that are Americans, right? Canada, that are Americans, they moved up there. Nobody really cares about it. It just feels like while it may be something important, it's not really important to the average American. And, I personally don't care about it. I feel like that's bad to say, but, I wish they would actually, finish the chip bill and, start working on getting the energy grids fixed up for this heat waves that we're dealing with. Fix the roads. We just had this massive infrastructure bill. They're going to have to figure out how to redo the money for the infrastructure bill because when they passed it originally, they weren't planning on all these massive inflationary prices. So now all the money that us taxpayers are spending on all this infrastructure, it's not going to go as far because all the prices of all the the mechanical stuff, the industrial stuff, whatever you want to call it, that's all going up. I wish they would focus more on that. I'm a proponent of light rail, like fast speed rail systems. I don't think America is ever going to go down that path, unfortunately, because the airlines are lobbying against it. But, I don't think it's going to hurt the market at all. I really don't. I mean, the media right now treats Trump as though he's president, and he's not. It's why I kind of stopped watching the news over the past few months because I wanted to hear what's going on in the world as far as CNN, MSNBC, Fox News, and like everything seems to be about Trump. And I'm like, isn't Trump just chilling at his nice house in Florida or something like that? I don't care. Maybe it's my lack of caring about the situation that's bad or wrong with America. But money, all the problems that America has, if you have money, you're not really dealing with all those problems. So, I don't think it's going to hurt the market whatsoever at all. We've been looking at CNBC every now and again. Trump instigated an attack on Capitol, threats against Pence, January 6th panel says. I mean, they've been doing hearings for a while. I haven't seen much shift in people, going anti-Trump. So I don't know. If you guys aren't from America, we're pretty much ingrained in our political beliefs. We have a very small middle, and we got some really big extremes right now. Well, I wouldn't say the big extremes, the vocal extremes, but what are you gonna do? Nothing you can do. Just make enough money so you don't have to worry about all the noise going on in the world. That's kind of my opinion on it. Let's see. Would I check Tonic? Yeah, let me check out Tonic very fast. Uh, it's not on TradingView, unfortunately. Let me see if you can. This is toxic. Ethereum, wrapped Ethereum toxic. There is no Tonic, unfortunately, on that one. If you can find it somewhere else, I'd be happy to look it up for you, though. Um, hey guys, what do I think about TBLT, Tough Built Industries? Oh, let me do one thing very fast. Tonic, is it a stock? No, it's not a stock. Okay, just double checking here. Um, TBLT. It's having a pretty nice after hours. Well, geez. All right. It's already been squeezing, so be careful how you want to play this, frankly. I would rather be day trading some of the moves within this instead of trying to hold day after day after day. What I'm looking at right now, though, is yes, it looks like it's in the middle of a short squeeze. Not the beginning, but in the middle. What I probably have to do here is actually go to Finviz. I want to see what the level is for it. It doesn't tell me the short float here, huh? Let me see one more thing here. So it doesn't have an extremely high one, it looks like. Hmm. No, it doesn't look like it has a particularly high one. So I think it could probably rise back up here over time. Well, let me see. Stopped. Stop. Okay. Maybe up to $8 if I want to keep on extending this because it's a short squeeze. They can get pretty high, as you guys know. Two, there it is. No. Three. Really? We gotta go this high for it? No, it's fine. Okay. I would say maybe as high as 855, and if you're lucky, you can get it all the way up to 1274. I just don't know because the market looks a little bit more wonky right now, whereas the futures are red right now. Maybe that'll be a helpful move for it, though, because sometimes when the market's going down, that's when GameStop and AMC tend to have their best days, right? Um, but so far, I'd rather be day trading this, but I think there's an opportunity to make some money. I would think that if it continues on this pace, though, it could easily hit 855, and then I would probably start scaling at it if you did want to squeeze. On the 15-minute chart, though, if we kind of take a little bit of a look at it, there you go. Was there any actual good setups here, though? Let me see. No, not much there as far as that. Too much activity. This looks like something more of a buy the dip here. I don't really like it as much just because I like to have a pattern breakout or some type of support here. But I would say, yeah, if you wanted to trade this, I think it'd be fun. I personally just wait for some type of setup here. Maybe in this example, you had a cup, the handle right here, then boom, it kind of ride up afterwards. But that would have been a long day of waiting for that handle to kind of appear, right? But yeah, I mean, this seems like something fun. It does look like it has a short squeeze. I think over the next couple of days, it can easily reach 855. Just be careful with it. Usually, once it starts getting a little too hot and heavy, you may start to see some halts coming out of the NASDAQ. T4s, I think they're called. Let me double check. Oh gosh, I'm messing up my spelling right now, but that's fine. Um, what's it called? I always forget what they're called. M's? No, 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 no. No, no. There you go, M's. Okay, sorry. Yeah, volatility halts. So when the volatility halt kicks in, it can be really brutal. But so far, I haven't seen any halts. We haven't seen any major gaps happening in these price actions. So yeah, 855 I think is extremely possible. Probably by tomorrow, Monday, since it's the weekends before that, it may get a little bit more tricky. But I think there's an opportunity there to make some good money. Stop losses if you can, or better yet, hotkeys for something this aggressive. But it looks like it kind of grinds on. It doesn't look like it just goes parabolic every single day. It has some setups and then it breaks out. In this circumstance, it broke out right there. That was nice. So yeah, give it some time. But yeah, I think it can actually go up to 855. And Ape is getting rejected off of that level resistance as well here. Bitcoin Cash rejected a little bit up here. I don't know what that resistance level was, but it's something up here. We can kind of watch that for a few more minutes. And hey, the evil killer. Yeah, I wish Canada invested in rail. It's hard to get around in Canada, guys. I've been to Japan. I've been to other countries out there. Having a light rail, not a light rail, but like I don't know what you want to call it, a speed rail system, like one that goes like over 100 miles an hour, absolutely worth every taxpayer dollar. We could get from Seattle to New York fast, like fast, like in just a few hours, but it would be cheaper than dealing with the like an airline. Less worry about the luggage, less security stuff, a lot easier, right? A lot easier. For whatever reason, they just don't want to do it. I expect lobbying, but light rail, it's going to be the future here. Well, high speed rail. Sorry, light rail. We have a lot of light rail out here in the Pacific Northwest. I absolutely hate it. There's no practical use for me to use it at all. It just doesn't make much sense. It's always easier to just Uber into town or drive into town than it is to use light rail. And I feel like light rail is supposed to be the opposite. It's supposed to be easier to use light rail, use public transportation to get to where you want to. I feel like Seattle. Or major cities, they use public transportation as a way for people that can't afford cars to get places, when I think it should be a method for no matter what your income level is, you have a way to get into downtown very, very easily and very, very nicely. Back when I worked in corporate America, downtown Seattle, I took the train every day to work, and that was fine. But the problem with the trains out here in Washington State is we have our trains, right, that go from city to city, and they kind of more suburban areas into the city. But the rails that they drive on or they rail on, they are actually owned by the freight train companies. So when the freight trains need them, there's a whole bunch of like, hey, you got to wait. Freight trains are coming through. It's. What's going on right here? Hey, the killer. Yeah, a buddy of mine taught English there for 2 years and told me the dreams of their rail system. Yeah, what do you call it? Rail system? Yeah, much different. Hey, Trev, have I already done TI on Ethereum Classic or Matic? I've made 70% on Ethereum Classic and 8% on Matic. Yeah, we've done technical analysis on both of them. If you want me to check out one for you, though, I'd be happy to do so. So far, they're just kind of consolidating here, waiting for that next move up. They both had dips if you wanted to buy back into them, but so far, here we can take a quick peek because nothing else is going on in the market. 4 hour. They both had nice dips. Bitcoin kind of saved the day here, as you guys know, because Bitcoin bounced off of that support trend line here, and the Nasdaq opened up and just kind of kept on going burr up. But right now, I'm more cautious about trying to go long on them right now. I'm patiently just waiting for. I got a little bit of email here. Vortex wants me to buy a bow. No. But what do you call? Oh gosh. Okay, there we go. Right now, I'm patiently just waiting for a setup that would make me want to buy Ethereum Classic or Matic. You can see Ethereum Classic right now. We managed to break down below the Fibonacci extension level. We managed to bounce back up because of Bitcoin's technicals of all things. And we managed to break back above that 20. I'm a little bit concerned to see what happens over the next 8 to 16 hours as we actually reapproach that 20 moving average on the 4-hour chart. As far as Matic is concerned, this one is having the same issue. It broke back above the 20, but we're on the verge of breaking down again. If you did want to buy some Matic right now, you would have a very tight stop loss just because you don't want to have this falling back down again. So you don't want to be using this as a stop loss, the 20, but I might be using this previous candle, so I might have a 3% stop loss on it just to be safe. And then from there, maybe you could expect Matic to get back up to, what did I say earlier? $1.20 or something like that over the next few days. But you really want to see Bitcoin have a big boost first of all. I don't even care if I'm chasing Matic a little bit late, because you never know if we just come back down again and Matic can finish off today at like 85 cents, even 83 cents here, and that would be perfectly normal, which would be a pretty, here, if I just show you guys with this, because it's been very volatile, that could be like an 8-9% down day here, so you do got to be very, very careful. I'm waiting for a little bit more of a setup. I haven't seen that setup just yet for either one of those coins, but I'm hopeful. But it sounds like you've made plenty of money off of those coins yourself, so I think you can wait a little bit longer as well. But overall, you can see the 20-day moving average. We're getting closer to that. Hasn't really meant much in the last few times. You can see we just kind of bounced around it. 50 is kind of too far away to think about. 4-hour chart is what I'm looking at. I just really don't want us to start breaking down below the 50 here, even though we did bounce above it before. It would signal to me death cross time to start coming back down to 65 cents, watching all the profits up here turn into like negative 20-30% profits, losses, whatever. I'm in kind of a watching. I want to long it, but I may have to short it here if it kind of goes the other way. And so far, Bitcoin here, guys, we're patiently waiting to see if we can hold the 20-day moving average, or 20 moving average in the 4-hour chart, And then again, we want to really hold this trend line, because if we don't, that's where Bitcoin starts to go back into a formal downtrend. Then we have broken officially the uptrend here, and we have to figure out a way to get back up here, which could easily happen, but it might look something more like this. So now we have to wait until maybe tomorrow or Sunday or whatever, or Saturday, before we end up making a larger move. But there should be a good short opportunity here in the meantime, where people are panicking when all the altcoins are losing a lot of value, because if Bitcoin goes down 1%, a lot of altcoins will be going down a lot as well, once things get a little bit more scary in the marketplace. If the train was late, the driver writes you a note for work and school to everyone on board. Oh my gosh, that'd be interesting. No driver over here would ever have some time like that. Time like that at all. There we go. Do Railwind Key? What's that? Thoughts on Trump 24 coin? Oh boy. If you wanted to get into a Trump 24 coin, I'm probably sure there's probably going to be a Biden coin and a who's a Kamala Harris coin, Mike Pence coin, whatever it is. I would treat them nothing more as pumps and dumps. Now would be an okay time to buy them for the long term, because as election season comes up in 2024, that's when the coins will be at their height. After that, you don't want to be anywhere near those coins, because they will all dump and burn in a blaze of glory. And if you get into a coin of somebody who's not likely to be president, like Kamala Harris has a really bad problem with speaking. She just jumbles out words sometimes. I don't think she thinks things through, which can happen, I guess, as a politician. Who knows? But let's say she wants to run for president and she loses and she has to concede the election. So that means in the primary stage, she just says, hey, I'm pausing my campaign, which is the way of saying I lost by. You may see her coin crash during that time. If you see somebody like a Ron DeSantis beat Trump, or I don't know if Trump really has any competition besides DeSantis, you'll see Trump coin crash if that happens, okay? So just understand that if you're getting into those political coins, you're betting on the candidate, but it's an okay time to buy now, because 2024 is going to be a crazy time for those coins. But personally, they're too risky for me. Too risky. But I think if you guys want to have some fun YOLO, treat it as a casino bet and have fun with it. Don't be so serious about making money if you're actually going to be investing in those coins, okay? You'll just be torturing yourself by trying to make those coins go up. It's not going to work out the way you think, right? And no worries, E-Trev, happy to help you out. Just read Kronos coin is migrating to ERC20. Oh, that's pretty interesting. Ethereum, it's no longer $20 a transfer. It's $10. That's been good for them. Buy the Nancy Pelosi coin. It's a sure bet. Oh, for real. Well, I think Nancy Pelosi, I think she was going to go to Taiwan, but I think she's backing out of it now. It'll be interesting to see how that works out. Not from a political standpoint, but we need their semiconductors, guys. We need them bad, and we need to make a lot more semiconductor plants here. I would be hoping that we can make another. We're going to be making a plant, I think, in Ohio. We need to make another one somewhere else as well. Maybe in the middle of the country, like a Kansas. Who knows where? But we need to make a Kansas, Nebraska, Dakotas. Not Dakotas, too cold. But Colorado area, we need to make some of those factories here, and some really big ones, more than what they have in Taiwan. We need to control the entire semiconductor market, because who knows for how long Taiwan is going to be an independent country, right? You just never know. Maybe they will, but you just never know. We don't want to take that risk as a country. It's like national security stuff. Okay. But okay, everybody, I'm going to call it a night here. It was a fun 2-hour stream. I enjoyed talking with you guys. So far, to kind of wrap everything up, Bitcoin is looking okay. Let me get rid of this other line here. We don't need that right now. There we go. On the 4-hour chart, we really just want to stay above this trend line, guys. That's the whole goal. If we start breaking down, it doesn't mean we're going to be crashing and burning into flames, but it will signal a formal downtrend, breaking out of this uptrend, and then we're going to have to work hard to have a breakout, and then we're going to be in opening up the opportunity for, on the 4-hour chart, all these golden crosses that led us to have some big moves. We're going to be opening up the doors to some death crosses, which are going to be opening up some doors for the shorts out there, okay? So just be concerned about that and be watchful. Until then, you're going to be hoping that the market can kind of have a little bit more of a rebound. We can keep on going up, and therefore, Bitcoin should keep on bouncing off of the support level long enough. If you guys want to buy assets, I would really hope that Bitcoin can stay above the 20 moving average in the 4-hour chart, and a lot of these other coins like Ethereum here, you also want to see them stay above the 20, because usually when they break down, it's usually not a pretty sight. We're just kind of in a holding pattern right now, and I think shorts are kind of getting more and more bold here as some of these moving averages are starting to curl back over in time to do a death cross sometime later on the week, okay? Which means the weekend when there's no stock market to save us, okay? So, all right, everybody, have a great rest of your night, and I will